behalf of the DIPR, I welcome all of you here to the press briefing today.
This is a briefing which has been organized with regard to implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in J&K. There have been a lot of news with regard to Jal Jeevan Mission in the papers for some time being now. And in particular, it has been mentioned that an amount of 13,000 crore rupees involved. While I'll go into details of the implementation of JJM in J&K, I would like to, right in the beginning, point out that while 13,000 crore is being alleged, the actual expenditure which has taken place under the mission is 3,000 crores, 3,100 crores approximately, to be precise. And out of this, about 2,500 crore has been spent in the last 1 year, since August 2022. So it is for you to judge yourself what would be the level of truth in such kind of allegations. More importantly, since 2019, there has been a sea change in the manner in which the execution of works has been taking place in J&K. There is absolutely strict adherence to the GFR provisions. And the GFR provisions require that there has to be absolutely transparent process of bidding and allotments. And this is being followed by the Jal Shakti department. Most of you would be aware that before these directions, departmental execution was the norm in the PHE department. But since 2019, and particularly coming to the Jal Jeevan Mission, I would like to state specifically that not even a single allotment of works or procurement of any of the pipe material has been done without tendering. More importantly, it is not tendering by simply publishing it in the newspapers, but e-tendering. And this e-tendering has been done through the public portal. The ENITs are always uploaded on the NIC portal. And every allotment has been made after following the due process of e-tendering. It's February 19 when the e-tendering was directed to be implemented all across the UT, and Jal Jeevan Mission has also followed the same. I would also like to inform all of you that every allotment order which has been made, and there are about 6,600 odd or so, every allotment order is on the website of the chief engineers, the respective chief engineers, and for the ease of the public to access these allotment orders, they have been arranged district-wise, within the district, the division. For example, some districts do have more than one division. And within the division, as per the water supply scheme, because in some cases a water supply scheme feeds more than one village. All these allotments are there on the website for everybody to see. I would like to inform you, before going into details of the progress of JJM, that during the Bhrashtachar Mukt Saptah, the week which was organized and also participated by the Jal Shakti department from 4th to 10th, we specifically published advertisements inviting people to tell us any kind of complaints related to any kind of malfeasance or any other malafide which is there, any allotments which might have been done. And I'm happy to inform you that not even a single complaint has come where anybody has alleged that any allotment has been done in a manner which is not transparent. Yes, there are complaints with regard to slower execution. There could be complaints with regard to water not being provided. And all these things, let me tell you, are going to get addressed in due course of time. As and when the schemes get complete, all these areas will get sufficient water. Now I'd like to come to specifically with regard to Jal Jeevan Mission, some of the points, and then of course I would invite any questions from anybody. The first point is that Jal Jeevan Mission in J&K also, NV says the same, 55 liters per day LPCD water at the water quality standards of BIS 10,500. The important part is not merely making the water available, that quantity, but also the quality of water. So this is where the challenge lies, and we are covering the entire population of 18.67 lakh rural households. At the time of the start of the mission, we were covering only 31% of the population. And since 8/2019, when the mission started, today only 31% is left. And out of this, 2 lakh households have been functional household tap connections have been added since the start of the current year. And therefore, today we are figuring at 69% of the total numbers of 18.67. Can you just take out the... I'll be circulating these sheets which bring out very clearly what is the status of allotment and what is the expenditure also which has taken place. We intend to, during the mission period, and in fact earlier to that, hopefully by December this year, ensure that we meet the requirements of the Jal Jeevan mission, not for me to take. Third one, ACB letter. With regard to the ACB letter, I think what you're mentioning is about the letter about Sama. Sama, some works were there. Let me clarify that letter is written somewhere in June or July. Right now, I mentioned you about the Doda thing. Action has been taken by us within a day's time, or even earlier. The action has to be taken immediately in respect of poor quality of work or non-execution of work. It's not that subsequently you keep on reading the reports and keep on taking actions. And if you go through that entire report of the ACB, it talks about the technical sanction not being accorded. Let me clarify to you the process which is there. And while you were speaking, I took out the relevant page. This is the modalities to be followed for processing for various kind of allotments. These are circulars issued by the Finance Department. These are circulars issued from February 2020 onwards. Different circulars. And they say the procedure which has to be followed is strictly compliant to the JFR 2017. First, Accord of Administrative Approval, and their powers given in SO 15, again of January 2020 vintage. 2, Accord of Technical Sanction. 3, Provision of Funds. 4, Invitation of Tenders. 5, Issuance of Work Orders. This has been followed to the T. There's absolutely no question that not being done. Now what has happened with regard to Sama is these are composite tenders. And the moment it is composite tenders, and in fact the chief engineer who is sitting here was a superintending engineer of Kathua at that point of time. 7 had been allotted. No payments had been made at all. So let's be very clear. When I said it, I'm very clearly repeating it. ACB has not found even a single case where it has found that the allotments have been done in a manner which is not as per the GFR. JJM, I can assure you, nothing of that nature has happened. Lastly, power of NTs. Not a question that I would like to take right now, but it definitely does prove that the Nayab Taldas and the Revenue Department continues to keep a hold on everybody so strong that Nayab Taldas walk in here also.
No, but it's mentioned in the letter. They haven't walked.
Yes, I know that, but today's briefing on JJM some other time.